Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today we are going to be talking about the third movie on the release week of July 30th. And this is a Disney film, so of course it's like every movie theater, and you can rent it on Disney Plus with Premier Access. It's like $30 to rent it, which is absurd. Don't do that. But this movie it was supposed to come out in 2019, so it's been like a really long time since this one was supposed to actually come out. And I have been waiting for it. I've been interested in it. I haven't been thoroughly looking into it because I don't really care that much about most Disney films. But I was definitely, it was on my radar for quite some time. But previously today, I released my reviews for The Exchange and Stillwater, so definitely check those out and subscribe if you're interested in those. Tomorrow, I'm going to go watch The Green Knight, and I will review that as soon as I get home from that, probably around 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So definitely be looking forward to those. I know I'm looking forward to watching that tomorrow, so definitely subscribe if you're interested in that. But for today, we're going to be talking about Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise was released in 2021. It was written by Michael Green and Glenn Ficarra and John Requa, and it was directed by Jaume Collet-Serra. Not sure how you pronounce that. I apologize. And essentially, no spoilers, of course, but the idea of the film is it's kind of based off of the Disneyland Disney World ride, Jungle Cruise. I think it was originally called Jungle River. And I love all that kind of thing. I love Disney World. I've been once, and it's freaking fantastic. And movies that are based off of these kind of rides, you generally do pretty well. I mean, think about The Haunted Mansion. It's such an old movie, but like it's such a classic. It's like an instant hit. And they did another one. I forget what it was. I know it because it's very popular, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. Pirates of the Caribbean, of course. Oh my goodness, I'm so dumb. Pirates of the Caribbean was originally based off of that, which I can't believe I forgot that, which is now a film franchise that I am reviewing starting in a couple weeks, so definitely subscribe if you're interested in the Pirates of the Caribbean. But I generally like the idea of turning a park ride into a movie. I find it annoying because it just gives Disney way more money, but like they work, so why not keep making them? And this one's no different really than most of the other ones you've probably heard of. In terms of, it's just kind of like an action-adventure comedy, which works for me. I love action-adventure comedies. I love them, especially with The Rock in them. I don't know if you've ever seen Journey to the Mysterious Island. I will be reviewing that at some point on the channel. Love that movie. The Rock's leading it. It's great. It's really not that good, but it has a special place in my heart. But this one felt very similar to that. It was like that mixed with a little Indiana Jones sprinkled on top, and that's where you're at. Which is fine. I mean, if that's what you want it to be, that's what you want it to be, and it is exactly what it is. I mean, it is a little bit of sprinkle on top, and that's really it. But what surprised me about the film was how interesting it was. Right off the bat, it brings you into the film, which is great. I love it when films just like start. And that's one thing Disney, I think, has been gotten really good at, is just like starting a film. Boom. There's no like lead up. The exposition is very slow, and it's just like, boom, movie starts. And it's like, great, I love it. And this is no different. It really just, it picks up really quickly. The issue, however, with these films, especially in Disney, is they like to have them about 2 to 2.5 hours long because they make them more money when they do so. Because people are like, oh, there's more, I'm going to get more for my money. The problem with this is that it sags in the middle. It always does. And they also have like these false endings that I really hate because I don't have my phone on me when I'm in the theater. I can't see what time it is. So there's this part in the film, and I won't spoil what happens, of course, but there's this crazy twist that like blew my mind. And I was like, oh my god, we're so close to the end. This is like going to be a really cool ending. And then there was like another hour of the film, and I'm like, what? It was unbelievable. Great twist though. Oh, I was so happy about it. I had no idea what the twist was. It's good. It's very good. But what keeps you interested in these characters is the actors, really, which is Dwayne Johnson as Frank and Emily Blunt as Lily. Fantastic couple. I really appreciate the work that went into both of these characters rubbing on each other. Not literally, metaphorically. But it works so well. I mean, the rapport they have back and forth is just fantastic. The funny puns and the dad jokes that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson gives her is just fantastic. And very reminiscent of the actual boat ride, of course, in Disney World. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Those were the real reason why you would want to watch this movie is because of those two actors. And that's fine for me. I'm okay with watching a movie because of an actor. I think they're both absolutely brilliant in this film. The rest of the acting is kind of like, like, it's fine. It's not, like, great, but it's just fine. And all the other characters are just kind of Like, I don't really care about the bad guys, really. They're cool design, though. The CGI is not great in this film, but like it works. Like it is definitely on the creepier side of Disney, which brings me to my next thought, which is, what a freaking body count for a film by Disney. I was so impressed. I don't even, this is PG-13? I think it's gotta be PG-13, but like, holy crap. There is an insane amount of bodies that are just dead, and I'm like, what the, like, from a Disney film? Oh my goodness. It was great. I really enjoyed myself. And there's a lot of silly things that like don't make any sense, but like, it's a Disney film, and it's a fantasy film, kind of. You just kind of roll with it, and I'm okay with that at this point. There are times where like, you're trying to base something in the real world, and it's annoying, but this isn't really based in the real world, quote unquote. So I was okay with these little fun, little weird things where like, a building would just like fall down and crush someone, and we're like, yeah! That's fine. But it does work. And again, there are lulls in the script, a lot of them, which I think could have been fixed, but they just didn't. I love the jokes. It is a funny movie. Dwayne Johnson is an absolute comedy genius. I think he's absolutely wonderful as a comedian. He's fine in other roles. I don't actually really care for him in like more serious roles. But when he gets to like act and play funny, he is golden at that. I mean, he always has been, even when he was The Rock. So I really, really, really liked that. I was very entertained by his stupid jokes. They were great. And like the love story intertwines is great. There is a closeted gay character in the film, which I love. I won't tell you who it is, of course, but it's absolutely fantastic. I was like, let's go. Great. Some people are going to be really mad about that, but I'm okay with it because I love it. So good for them. Good for you, Disney, for putting that in there. But overall, it is a very fun movie. You should definitely check it out. I think it is worth a watch. It's at worst, it's a very fun way to waste 2.5 hours. But definitely worth going to see at least once in the theaters. I wouldn't say pay $30 for it on Disney Plus, though. I really wouldn't. But definitely go check it out in theaters if you have the opportunity. But I'm going to go ahead and give Jungle Cruise an A-. But that's going to wrap it up for this video and for the day. It has been a long day. I saw 2 movies in the theater. Both of them were over 2 hours long, so it was very exhausting, but that's okay. It was all for you guys. But next week, the plan looks like we're going to try to see Infinitum Subject Unknown. Sorry, I'm reading from very far away. I don't think I'll be able to watch that. I think it's limited theaters, and I don't think it's coming to mine. I will probably watch Swan Song, although I'm not really that interested in it. And I will, of course, be going to the theater to see The Suicide Squad. And that'll kind of change. Definitely join the Facebook group, link in the doobly-doo below, to get all up to date on when I'm going to be releasing things. So definitely check that out. Subscribe, because once we get 150 subscribers, I'm dressed up like Spider-Man, and I'm going to be going to Walmart. So if you want to see that, definitely hit that subscribe button. But thank you guys so much for watching the video, and as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.